Assalamu alaikum and good evening to everyone. Dear students, welcome to all of you in my SBR orientation for March 25. I am myself Abil Ahmed, CEO and Principal of Abil School of Accountancy. SBR orientation March 25. What exactly we are going to discuss in SBR orientation? Obviously, paper format. Second, what should be the strategy to study for SBR? Third, what exactly ASA offers you in SBR? Fourth, what are the unique products which we offer in SBR, and that is our claim, nobody else, they are offering the same thing. Plus, how many tests we are going to conduct, when is going to be the mock, what is the format of the mock, and little bit about notes as well. Let's just start quickly. Then at the end of the session, I will take questions from you as well. Number one, SBR paper format. Section A, we have a question number 130 marks. That is on consolidation. Group accounts. And now let me tell you. This 30 marks question on group accounts, the entire question will not be numerical, number one. The numerical part will be minimum 12, maximum 15 marks. It means at least 15 marks is for the theory. But the theoretical area of the group accounting is very easy, provided that you have seen all the lectures and you have attended the live revision classes. Consolidation question cannot disturb you because this question has been examined so many times that almost each and every variety is already covered in the past papers. If you have done all the past papers, I can guarantee you from 30, you can easily get around 25 to 26 marks. Now just imagine, if you can score around 25 to 26 marks out of 30, so obviously passing this paper becomes very easy. So topic number one is consolidation. That is question one. Question two, 20 marks. Now question two, obviously the one part of question two will be on ethics. Now, one part is going to be on ethics. Not the entire 20 marks question, but obviously one part. It purely depends on the examiner, how many marks he's allocating for ethics. But that's for sure. One part out of this 20 marks question will be on ethics. Another part could be on any IES, any IFRS, ISB framework, could be anything. But you should be mentally prepared. In question number two, examiner is going to test ethics as well. And answering the ethics part of question two is extremely easy because most of the time the questions are more or less, I would say, same. Ethics means normally what company will be doing. Obviously, there will be a senior person trying to pressurize the junior to do something against the ISS or any IFRS so that they can achieve the desired objective. Let's say they could achieve a particular ratio, let's say a return on capital employed, so that they can get the increment in their salaries, so that they can get the bonus. So basically the senior is just pressurizing and to the junior to do something against the IS. So obviously then you have to step in and you have to answer that area, how to deal with that situation. One, you need to convince that senior. Let's say if I'm answering the question with the perspective of that particular accountant, so I'll be saying number one, you should try to convince the seniors. Tell them that we are professionals. We are supposed to be number one, competent. Plus, we have to be ethical as well. And it is our fiduciary duty to prepare the financial statements in such a way that we should provide a relevant information. We should provide faithful representation because people, investors, they are going to rely on your financial statements. Let's say if a still senior is not listening to you, then obviously you will advise one more thing to that particular junior accountant that you can, let's say, inform ACC. And still, if things are not going in your favor, then you should be thinking for switching the job. So we'll see this. So basically, in question number 2, one part is going to be on ethics. If you have again seen, I would say on ethics, if you have seen just I would say maximum 2 to 3 lectures of mine on this ethics topic, you can easily answer. Now, let's talk about section C. Section B. In section B, we have question number 3, question number 4, 25 marks. 25 marks. We do have 4 professional marks as well. Now listen carefully. Question number 3, if I talk about the history pattern, normally question number 3 is going to be on pure ISS or IFRS and could be the mixture. Let's say examiner can ask 3 to 4 ISS and could ask 1 or 2 ISS, 1 or 2 IFRS. Exactly what examiner is going to ask in question number 3, nobody knows that. Nobody knows that. But question number 3, we normally expect on your core knowledge of SBR, that is ISS and IFRS. It means that if you have a really good grip, with a normal grip, you cannot answer question number 3. You have to have a really good grip on ISS and obviously IFRS. Then you can easily answer question number 3. Question number 4 is very interesting. In question number 4, normally the history says we are expecting the current issues. In question number 4, we expect current issues. And let me tell you now. When it comes to current issues in question number 4, basically nowadays there's only one current issue, and the name of that current issue is what investor exactly wants to see in your financial statements. Nowadays, when we say current issues, so basically what investor exactly wants to see in your financial statement, that is the current issue. Especially sustainability reporting standards S1 and S2, they're the hot cake. So sustainability reporting and standard S1, S2, they are extremely important for current issues. At least I would say in next 4 to 5 attempts, S1, S2, they will remain extremely important. It's a new area. It's new not only for SBR, it's new for everyone. So they will just keep testing this area again and again, so that students, they should get a really good grip on that area. So S1, S2 is not important only for your attempt. It is extremely important for next 4 to 5 attempts. And obviously, the rest of the current issues, they are still very important. What should be the accounting for the cryptocurrency? It is obviously important. Either we should go for, let's say, IFRS 9, or should we go for IAS 38? So what should be the accounting for cryptocurrency? So this topic is still very much relevant and the current issue is there. Plus, natural disaster, that is also in current issues. So question number 4 is basically you should be mentally prepared for the current issues. And it is not only the current issues. Examiner can ask one part in the current issues. In another part, examiner can ask you alternative performance measures. See, one is the ratio analysis, the traditional ratio analysis which we study. But in SBR, in addition to the traditional ratio analysis, we do have alternative performance measure as well. And they are extremely important. Now, What should be the strategy to prepare yourself for SBR? Let me tell you. Number one, obviously, you have to have a really good grip on group accounts. That is consolidation. There's no doubt about it. So, number one, you have to be really good in consolidation. Number two, obviously, ethics. Number three, all the IASs plus IFRSs, all, which are obviously in SBR. Fourth, see, now students, what do? Majority of the student, what is the main cause, reason for the failure in SBR? Those students, then they fail in SBR. If most of them, what do? They adopt a very wrong approach of, preparing themselves for SBR. For example, if someone is just focusing on consolidation and ISS and IFRS, that's it. If you're not doing other areas of your syllabus which are in SBR, so then it becomes difficult to pass the paper. See, you cannot ignore ethics. When you're preparing yourself for SBR, you cannot ignore ethics. You cannot ignore alternative performance measures. Obviously, the ratio analysis interpretation of financial statement is there. But in addition to that, you cannot ignore alternative performance measures. Okay. So another reason for the failure is, what is that reason? If you're not focusing on, let's say, alternative performance measures, so definitely you're making a mistake. So it is not only that you have done the traditional ratio analysis and you're not preparing for alternative performance measures, then obviously it's not a good approach at all. When you are preparing yourself for SBR, it is not only the traditional ratio analysis, you have to have a really good grip on alternative performance measures as well. Okay. Now, fifth, current issues, all the current issues. All current issues. So it means that what should be the proper approach of preparing yourself for SBRS? That is consolidation, ethics, ISS, IFRS, alternative performance measures, ratio analysis, current issues, obviously the ISB framework. You cannot ignore the framework as well. Now, what is the biggest cause for the failure? When you're just focusing on consolidation, ISS and IFRS, that's it. Then it becomes extremely difficult to pass SBR. It means when you are preparing yourself for SBR, you have to have a very balanced approach for preparing yourself for SBR. The balanced approach is you have to be good in consolidation, ethics, ISS, IFRS. You have to give a proper time to ratio analysis and alternative performance measures. You have to give a proper time for the current issues, and you have to give the time to the even ISB framework as well. Okay, now. So this is the balanced approach of preparing yourself for SBR. Then obviously you will have no issue at all in SBR. Now, what exactly Abil School of Accountancy actually offers you in SBR? Now, let me explain that. What exactly we offer you. So I've just explained the balanced approach preparing yourself for SBR. Now, what exactly we offer in SBR? Before discussing that, let me just write the highest marks in SBR. So far in SBR, the highest marks scored by one of my students, they are 85 marks. Let's see who is going to break this record. So this is the, I would say, highest mark so far one of my student has achieved 85. Okay. Now, what exactly we offer in SBR? Number one, entire SBR within 90 lectures. The good thing is one lecture is just 45, on average it is just 45 minutes long, not more than that. Average lecture time is 45 minutes. It could be less than 45 minutes, but it will not exceed 45, guaranteed. Which means that, we will just use little bit my calculator. 90 multiplied by 45 divided by 60. It gives me 67.5 hours. It means that within 67.5 hours, or you can make it 68 hours, you can prepare for the entire SBR. Within this 90 lectures, we have covered each and every topic with a decent practice as well. Second, practice videos. In practice videos, we have covered the latest past papers. When it comes to practice videos, they will start from 91 and obviously they will go for at least 125. These are the practice videos. In practice videos, the time period is even far more less than 45 minutes. The average time period for the practice video is far more shorter than 45 minutes. Okay. Third, product number third, we're going to conduct at least 10 tests. But what is the procedure of conducting the test? We are going to share test with you. You're going to attempt the test number one, but I'm not going to check your test. You will be checking your test by yourself. After attempting the test, we are going to give you a proper video lecture on that test. Still, you have any queries, you can always ask in your relevant WhatsApp group. Why relevant WhatsApp group? Because we do have lectures in Urdu, Hindi, and English as well. So if you are in Urdu, Hindi WhatsApp group, you'll be asking a question there. If you are in SBR English, so you'll be asking question in SBR English. So let's say you have given 10 tests. So automatically you're preparing yourself for SBR. So attempting the test is extremely important. Product number 4 is out of the world. It is still, the product is within the world, but it is so awesome that something which is nobody is doing it. What is that? Entire SBR through live revision classes. Entire means entire. The live revision class is going to be once in a week on every Saturday. Basically, on Sunday, I conduct the live revision class for AFM and ATX. Saturday is for SBR. Every Saturday, we conduct SBR live revision class. Now, at least live revision classes, the time period is going to be at least 18 hours, but that can go to maximum 22 hours. It could be, if required, it can even I can even increase more. We can even go for more than 22 hours. But now listen, within 18 to 22 hours, just within 18 to 22 hours, you will be revising the entire SBR in live revision classes. Just imagine, every week I'm conducting your live revision classes, and just by spending 18 to 22 hours, you can revise the entire SBR. And it is not only, you will be just revising entire SBR. Now let me tell you one more thing. Basically, When you will be watching pre-recorded lectures, that is 90 lectures in which we have covered the entire SBR, all the lectures, they are so good. I have started the SBR from a very, I would say, the point, for example, the first IAS, that is IAS 16, from where we have started this SBR. Even in IAS 16, property plan and equipment, in a very first 2 to 3 minutes, I've explained what is the meaning of property plan and equipment. In fact, the paper, such a high paper like SBR, in that paper, I do explain what do you mean by margin, and I do discuss with my student the difference between markup and margin. I always teach from zero. No matter I'm teaching SBR, ATX, AFM, I'm teaching any skill paper, I always teach from zero. I always assume students, they don't carry any previous knowledge. Obviously, you are not supposed to prove it, but I always teach from zero. I always assume students, they don't carry any previous knowledge. So every week, you will be having an opportunity to have the interaction with your tutor. And let me tell you one more thing. In live revision classes, we use very different notes. They are very short, concise, smart notes, because in within 18 to 22 hours, we can revise the entire SBR. So obviously, when you will be studying pre-recorded lectures, there are detailed notes in which we have covered obviously each and everything. But when you will be attending the live revision classes, then what I have done, what exactly you just need to know from any IAS or any IFRS, that is what we are going to cover in our live revision classes. The main theme of that particular IAS or particular IFS we will be covering in that revision classes. Plus, in live revision classes, we are going to discuss the latest past papers as well. And one more thing, in every live revision class, I will be mentioning the name of the questions which you are supposed to do after every IAS, after every IFRS. So for example, we have discussed, let's say 3 to 4 IASs, and in my notes, it will be mentioned in the live revision class that after doing these IASs, you have to attempt these questions. And obviously, if you will be having any issue in those questions, we are going to discuss those questions in our live revision classes as well. Now, just imagine. So, I'm just telling you one thing, the live revision classes, they are extremely important. Live revision classes, they are the game changer. Product number 5, mock. Mock is going to be on CB format within a prescribed time, 3 hours and 15 minutes. You have to attempt the mock. You have to submit that mock to my college. If you have solved the mock within 3 hours and 15 minutes, at the specific time which has been informed by the admin, let's say, to you, and you have submitted that mock to us, I'm going to personally mark your SBR mock, and I'll give you the personal feedback. You will be getting a proper feedback from your tutor. So it means, and we do conduct mock at least 15 days before the exam. The benefit is, if you are attempting the mock 15 days before the exam, it gives you the opportunity that still you have 15 days to improve. So mock, again, it changes the game. And obviously after the mock, there will be a proper mock debrief as well. 6, the WhatsApp group. In this WhatsApp group, I'm going to personally answer your queries, no teacher assistant. 7th, grant live revision class. So basically, when you are going to join us in SBR, these are the 7 products which you are going to get. And believe me, every product is unique. The videos are not long because this is my experience of more than 2 decades. If the lecture goes even above 1 hour, student, they lose interest. So for example, if you're watching a lecture and it is 2 hours long, 3 hours long, I can guarantee you, you're 99% of the student, they will not watch the lecture in one go. You'll be just pausing the video and then you'll be watching the lecture. So what is the benefit? Zero benefit. But when you are going to join us in SBR, the lecture is just 45 minutes long. It means if you just increase the speed little bit, very easily, you can make a 45 minutes lecture to become 35 minutes. So within 35 minutes, you can complete one entire lecture. And in each lecture, I have covered all the basics, all the advanced, and plus, if there is any relationship with that particular IAS and framework, I have discussed that as well. If there is any criticism on that particular IAS or IFRS, so I have discussed the criticism of that particular IAS or IFRS with that IAS rather than discussing these things at the end. No, no, no. I've discussed with that particular IAS. Plus, there are proper lectures on ethics, alternative performance measure, current issues, sustainability reporting. So each and everything is covered. And the main product I've already told you, that's live revision classes. They just change the game. So this is what exactly we offer you in SBR. Now, students, I'm giving you, let's say, 2 to 3 minutes. You can ask any question if you want to ask, please. And our first live revision class is going to be on this Saturday. And let me tell you one thing. Do not miss that live revision class, obviously. But if you miss that live revision class, so you will be getting the recording of that live revision class as well. And recording is just uploaded for example, as soon as the class ends, it takes in next 2 hours, the lecture will be uploaded, inshallah. So any question? There's Sally, I believe. Hello, sir. With the live revision, live revision classes will be available on the portal. Don't worry, the Sally is having obviously you are in a different time zone, no issue at all. Okay, Mohammed Salman, I believe. What will be the expected time of the live revision classes? Normally the live revision class is after 3 p.m. Saturday, after 3. It could be 3:30, even 4 p.m., but normally it is after 3 p.m. And it will be mentioned in the WhatsApp group. Any other question, please, students, you can ask. But I'm telling you, if I just give you the idea, in previous session, believe me or not, in a previous session, there was a live one in a live revision class, we did discuss many questions, but in one class it was so good that in one class we discussed 6 past paper question, and the good thing was we were discussing the entire question in just within 10 minutes because we have practiced so many times. So it was just a learning curve effect that we were completing the entire question in just 10 minutes. What about yes, when it comes to technical articles, so obviously all the current issues we have covered, like cryptocurrency, but nowadays the main current issue is S1, S2. There's one. So approximately how much time do I need to spend in SBR since I'm practicing? William is asking. I'm working as well. So William, I would say on average, you need to take out 2 hours per day, at least. If you can spend more than 2 hours, that's awesome. So students, last minute, if you have any question, you can ask. And let me just write my admin number for those students. ASA, admin number. So those students, they are outside Pakistan. It is 0092 3666 214. Students within Pakistan, 0333 366 214. There's one more admin number. It's a new number, so let me just share that as well. 0092 328 284 6117. If you're within Pakistan, then 0328 284 6117. And let me repeat again, I always teach from zero, no matter which paper I am teaching you. I always teach from zero. I always assume students, they don't carry any previous knowledge. So you should not be worried about that thing. If you have forgot any knowledge of FR, no issue at all. William is saying, all right, sir, all good from here, sir. Thank you. So Salman is saying, oh, so just you are spending 2 hours on average per day, it's enough to pass SBR, but 2 hours at least, and from a very first day. Any other questions, students? Last 30 seconds before we end this SBR orientation. But I'm very excited to, see you all in my live revision classes. So student is William is Salman. Mohammed Salman is asking what will be discussed in the live revision class on Saturday. What exactly we are going to discuss on Saturday? Early in the morning tomorrow. It will be mentioned in your WhatsApp group. If you are enrolled, then you will automatically get to know in the morning. Since it's going to be the first live revision class, obviously time duration will be less, but slowly and gradually the time duration increases. Instead of increasing the days, we do increase the time duration. It will be on Saturday, every Saturday, and the main thing is we are going to cover the entire SBR through live revision classes, inshallah. So students, that is all for SBR orientation March 25, last 30 seconds. Is there anyone who wants to ask any question? Yes or no? Okay, thank you, Salman. The session was very useful. Thanks a lot. Okay, students. So thank you very much. I've basically discussed what exactly we offer you in SBR. And whatever I've written, I can guarantee you, and I stand by on my words, whatever I've written, you will be getting each and everything. Each and everything means each and everything. So Muhammad Ali says, thank you. Okay, students, thank you very much. Thanks a lot.